So, all right. This is going to be well, when we start transitioning the class. The first third of the class is really kind of statistical philosophy. Then we definitely get straight into R. But I like at this point to spend today and Tuesday working through Excel. A few of y'all may have done something that is like this in other classes. And if you've had me before, you have done it. I will put it in every class. I'll change up the data you're working with, and I'll move around some things, but the same basic idea. Excel is a spreadsheet in the sense of it's a computer program that helps you organize, modify, and manipulate data. You guys are learning biostats according to Gunnels, and I organize, modify, and manipulate my data in Excel. I do very little manipulation in R. I do a little, but very little manipulation in R. You are certainly welcome to develop your own approaches. And if you would prefer to sort of do all of your manipulations in R, it is viable, it is doable. But for me, I find this much more efficient in the sense it's quick. And I also like to be able to see what I'm doing at each stage so that I know how I'm organizing things, I know how I'm modifying things before I put it into R. That's just my approach. If you're working with Dr. Durso, as an example, who's an ecologist in biology, he likes to do a lot of his manipulations directly in R. Both work just fine. But since I do my manipulations here, and one of the things that we would do during the course of this semester is give you more and more real looking data as the semester goes on. We're going to use this approach of working with, modifying, organizing, and manipulating our data in Excel. If you haven't used Excel much, it's freaking awesome. If you don't like Excel, totally get it. If you love Excel, totally get it. It's just a freaking spreadsheet. It has an incredible amount of functionality for being a spreadsheet. And you certainly are welcome to use other spreadsheets. Numbers is fine. I find it a little bit confining, and I find it a little bit controlling. It tries to guess what I'm trying to do too much, and that annoys me. OpenOffice is fine, but there is some functionality for at least today's exercise that's not going to make OpenOffice a very good choice. But if you want to use OpenOffice after this for the rest of the semester, please do use OpenOffice. If you do not have Excel, the university gives it to you for free. So you might as well. Gives you all of Microsoft Office Suite for free, so you might as well just get it. You just get it through your email. For this, you can work by it on yourself, or you can work it with someone else. What I will encourage you to do is use both the desktop and your laptop. And one of these, I would encourage you to have a Word file open. That's the instructions. Go step by step. Connor and I are going to be around. The vast majority of hiccups, the vast majority of mistakes are not going through the particular step. There are some things that are just confusing, no big deal, but the vast majority of hiccups are just not going through the step. I would then have a second machine, and it could be 2 of these desktops if you want, where you actually have your Excel file and you're manipulating. As you go through here, you're going to want to read the instructions, because you got to deal with every question, but there's only some you're going to submit. You don't want to submit everything. I don't want to see everything. There's only some things you're going to submit. You want to pull that stuff out. You want to submit it. There are video tutorials, and they are all cross-referenced in here. That if you want to go through those or sort of walk you through with another data set, it's a little old, but it's still very workable. It does include a lot of other shortcuts and a lot of other little tricks of the trade that make the system a little bit easier, a little bit usable, a little bit good. Does that make sense? There'll be 2 or 3 times I'm going to stop us, and we're going to talk about a concept. These will all be concepts that we will return to again, but it's a good time to sort of introduce them and look at them. If you turn this in with someone else, turn in one assignment, include both names. I have a very specific filing system I want you guys to do with all your files that you submit to me. Put both names in your file name. If you want to do this by yourself, feel free. But I like working with other people. That's science. So I would do that. Only 2 though per group. No groups of 3. Make sense? Any questions so far? Let's get started.